All and rolling, with the radio shit. So we talking like maybe like 07, 08 is when we started really taking it serious. You know what I mean? Between doing beats and then getting the internet radio shit started.
Okay, cool. So kind of going off of that, so the start of the music, the Grown Man Music Radio, going on into the music shop. How does the music shop differ from Grown Man Music Radio?
It's more hip hop based.
Okay.
A lot more hip hop based, especially once I started doing the Hip Hop Tuesday shit. Like the following I started getting with that, man. I was like, man, this. It really started probably around when I got that rock interview. Is when I really started focusing more strongly on hip hop, because we were still doing the Sunday shit around that time. But like I said, the rest of the group, they kind of had their own shit they had to deal with and phased out. So I was at a point where I was like, man, fuck that. I'm not stopping this time. I'm not letting anybody or anything stop me. I went through my couple periods, with my personal life, but overall, this shit ain't stopped.
Wasn't Ham supposed to do the rock interview with you?
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
So let me ask you a real question, man. Is the music shop Get Off My Lawn Radio? Like, is it? You don't reach the point where, the old dude who don't want the kid running around in his yard, get off my yard. Like, what is...
It started off more of that. I ain't gonna lie.
Okay.
Like, it was a lot of shit I just wasn't fucking with at first, you know what I'm saying? But I wasn't really listening to the climate now as much as I do now.
Okay.
I mean, the climate then as much as I do now.
Okay.
I definitely was guilty with that early on. I was the I guess the youngsters like to call us haters and shit.
Mm-hmm.
You could probably put me in that category. Shit, me and D, we've been there.
Hell yeah, I remember I called him and I'm like, hey, you think we've been hating on Drake?
Yeah.
Because I recall it was a weekend. It was when what's that shit with he did with, was it Future?
Mm-hmm.
If you reading this or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I was like, let me sit back today and go through this catalog.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And that's when I'm like, I ain't been giving some of these people a chance.
I think I seen you actually elaborate on it, like I think you touched on it, that you went through a phase where it was more like, like during that minstrel show, like, Black Star and all that type shit coming out, like where you started paying attention to that. It was like, man, fuck all this other shit. That's kind of like how I was for a minute, you know what I'm saying? I missed the Gucci Man run early because of that period, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just now kind of catching up on what I missed out, But yeah, early on, that was us. But now, nah. If the shit dope, I'll play it.
Yeah, niggas was hating that.
As long as the shit dope.
So who are some of the biggest artists y'all like missed on? Like me, I missed that whole Ross, Jeezy.
I missed early 2 Chainz.
Yeah. Nah, I didn't miss no Ross or Jeezy.
I didn't miss Ross and Jeezy. I was fucking with Jeezy.
When Common B was out, man, that was the whole world.
That's what I'm saying. Yup. I saw you post about that. That's what.
I've been wrong a lot back then when it comes to music. Like, I've been on point now, but I missed out on a lot, because a lot of times, man, we get stuck in our own way of what we view hip hop as.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's hard to see it as something different.
And you feel that when you get stuck in your way, you feel that everybody should feel how you feeling, and everybody think different. Everybody go through different shit. You know what I'm saying? So
and then too, don't get me wrong, it's not all hate. Like, some shit you just don't like, or you don't agree with. Like, I know I'm in the minority that don't think Lil Wayne is that incredible.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I fuck with him, but like, number one, he's not to me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that type of shit, like, it's not really hate, but it's like, I don't feel the way everybody else feel about it. You know what I mean? But like I said, the Drake shit, missed on 2 Chainz, the Migos type shit.
Yeah, me and him was like on the same, like when we started opening up, it was like the same around the same time, so he felt the same like how I felt like at the exact same time. Shit crazy.
And then especially when the battle shit was dominating, I just want to hear bars. Like, you know, like this little melodic, singy, saying nothing type shit wasn't doing nothing for me.
Yeah.
You know, but eventually, like, you get out your own way.
So
Yeah.
was it more so that you opened up more just to be more inclusive and not to be out of the loop, or did you really?
No, I actually listened
enjoy the
to it.
music?
I actually listened to it.
Same for me.
I didn't even play it. You know what I mean? That was the whole thing. I wasn't even giving them a chance.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah, same here. It was probably a combination of both of what you said, you know, but
So in today's climate, like, who are some of y'all favorite artists that y'all like to listen to?
Today,
Yeah.
shit right now I was banging that J. Cole. That J. Cole nice. That shit fire.
yeah, that's hard.
Yeah.
I like that Corday cat.
YBN.
Yeah, Corday
I think he
nice.
took the YBN off. He
Yeah.
just Corday.
Yeah.
Me personally, I'm big on West Coast. So I'm listening to like Larry June. I'm listening to Payroll hard. I love that. I love when Payroll and Cardo hook up. It's another dude that's kind of in that bag. I fuck with Primo Rice. I fuck with him a lot. Davies.
Who said it? So I can't give them their credit for it because I stole it. But they referred to Griselda as sophisticated mumble rap. Like when I started to notice when I listened to Griselda, specifically West Side Gun, all his projects just sound like one run-on project. Like it's no like when you listen to a whole, there's a difference in sound from Volume 1 to Volume 2 to Volume 3, from Reasonable Doubt to Kingdom Come to Blueprint 2, Blueprint 2.1. Like you hear a difference in sound.
Yeah.
Like I can't quote a full West Side Gun song or a verse or there's nothing that stands out. It sound dope. They say he threw a brick in the air fryer. I was in my air fryer for a minute. Like how did he do that?
Yeah.
Like,
I just seen a cheesecake recipe for the air fryer, but
but I mean, looking like it's really it's wordy mumble rap because it's a whole lot of stuff that you really can't do. A whole lot of nothing, but it sounds
That
dope.
shit
But
sound
it's
dope.
reminiscent of Ghostface. It's
Yeah.
reminiscent of Wu-Tang. It's reminiscent of what we like.
Yeah.
So we fuck with it. So it was just, you know, that when somebody said that, that really kind of made me step outside of my own way and actually be honest with myself. Like, am I rocking with it because it's reminiscent of what I like?
You talking
or is it-
specifically West, or you
Well,
talking about overall with their whole sound?
the overall sound. Like I like Benny the most. I say out the whole group. I like Benny the most. And Tana Talk 3 is my favorite, especially because Mel.
Yeah,
Rucker
that
was
Tana
on
Talk 3, man.
But you know the overall sound, like there's no real standouts.
What about the new Conway? You fuck with that?
El Machina, like I like it.
see,
He's totally stepped away.
I
from-
see what you're saying, but I see that more just with West. I don't really see that with Benny and Conway
Right.
projects. Like I see the diversity because they go into a lot of different producers. West more still sticking with Al and that
Derringer.
that Gutter, that Derringer
Yeah.
or whatnot, where they especially Conway been on like all
he
different
been
type of
experimenting with like different
Beats
are
flows.
different.
Yeah.
you know.
Like, but every song
like
is
Benny
the same
flowed
thing.
the same as all the time.
well,
Yeah.
the
You know
flow,
what I mean?
but
West, that's his shit there.
Yeah.
You know, I'd be critiquing him. Like I didn't hear that,
West
dog.
shit
I'm
be
like, oh,
sounding
this
dope
nigga
to
was
me. I
off
love
beat.
that shit don't even be matter.
It's dope, but I don't know how to explain it without
Yeah.
like, hey, but like,
But I get what you're saying overall. But I was saying I could see that more with West. I don't really see that with Benny and Con because they more of the lyrical too. You know.
but lyrical about what? Every song is dope and guns. But even with now, where he got Conway got shit from 808 Mafia. Conway got a whole bunch of different sounding beats
Yeah.
on the new joint,
But
but
the
it's
content
still
is
the
the same.
same content.
Okay.
You know, I love the lemon joint with Meth and Con. It's
Yeah.
crazy. Still the same content.
Well, it's just
You know what I'm saying? Dr. Bird.
come in more creative ways to get
Yeah.
them gun
Let
and,
me figure another way
and
to
drug
shoot it.
metaphors out.
Yeah,
You know.
But yeah, when I still like to reminisce and as far as my ambitions to become a kingpin, I'm gonna listen to that shit.
I ain't gonna lie. I was listening to Conway on the way to work. I almost pulled over and quit. I was gonna find a plug. Like, fuck this job.
That's what Yo Gotti do to me. I listen to Yo Gotti. I'll be like, yo, I need to make some music. Like, Yo Gotti is that for me, man.
Yeah. That's another dude that I wasn't on early, but I'm starting to fuck with a lot more lately. Yo Gotti be going hard.
Yo Gotti has an amazing story. I'm pretty sure his deal that he signed, like the terrible deals, 3-6 was something like, oh my God. Like Lil White's deal, like I'm learning about all that stuff on the back end. Like they signed dudes to 90 album deals, like just bro, crazy. But if you ever get to look it up, it's a crazy story.
Nah, I didn't know all the details of that.
And I fuck with, oh boy, when he wanna rap, Russ.
Oh yeah, Russ go hard.
Yeah.
Man, when he feel like rapping, that shit, that track, him and Ab Soul, I forget the name of it. It's
Russ got a
bananas.
song called Cherry Hill. Crazy. Like Russ can go. But we can sit here and do the music all day.
I know, right?
What you think about Jigga? What you think about? You get to go top 5 dead or alive. But let's get back to the music shop a little bit. What role does the music shop play? Specifically speaking about Pontiac, what role does the music shop play in the local music scene? Because partially due to COVID, partially due to a lot of the younger artists seem to be more so gravitating towards hustling as opposed to music.
Yeah.
Like you'll find young dudes who rap, but they don't really care about rap. They do it as a hustle. And it seems like the more you seen that, the more you seen the scene decline. You know, when people couldn't sell physical CDs anymore, wasn't no point in going to an open mic because I can't make $30, $40 selling these hand to hand for $5 a pop. So we've steadily seen the music scene decline locally. And one of the few outlets the music scene does have is the music shop, where a local artist can get their music played and get their music heard weekly. So what role do you guys play in the local music scene specifically?
Man, that's big for me. Anytime I'm seeing somebody, especially from around our city, you know, I'm reaching out. You know, like if I see that they saying something about a song or whatever, you know, I'm hitting them up. I'm trying to get it. You know, I'm letting them know if they not educated on what I do, I educate them and let them know. Shit, make us your first stop. We should be the ones y'all sending y'all shit to first. Like for real, fuck trying to get y'all shit. You know, no disrespect to 98 and the other station, but you know, we right here. You know what I'm saying? So we need to know what's going on. You know.
Yeah, this is their platform, man. I look at it as we boosting their confidence. You know what I mean? These cats that
I've definitely seen it, you know, hands on.
Yeah, it's that confidence, but that subconscious of being heard on the radio. You know, whether it's internet radio or terrestrial radio, but you're hearing yourself. So that confidence that they wouldn't have beforehand, like I just said about me, getting discouraged when the music is just sitting there stagnant. Whereas you got people like us who will play it, give you positive feedback, you know, just boosting your morale. You know, so you'll keep making the music, sending it to us so we can play it.
Yeah, and it's not even us necessarily, you know, playing the joint when you send it to us. A lot of them just want critiques or whatnot, and you know, if the joint fire, I'm asking them shit. Fuck the critique. Shit, can I play it right now? Is this shit ready to go? You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to do. Like I'm trying to get everybody that's doing dope music, I'm trying to get that shit heard, regardless of if it's my personal taste or not. You know, if the shit hot, the shit hot. Let's get this shit, you know, heard.
Yeah, because this day and age, you know, everybody's so sensitive. So I look at us as positive reinforcement.
And is it always positive though? Like, let's say somebody send y'all something, or somebody come up there, and it's not that,
and it won't get played.
Like, how do you guys balance that? Like letting somebody know, not being negative, but letting somebody know, yo, this ain't it, Chief. Like, how do y'all do that?
Well, I definitely had to stop calling shit trash, because when you think about it, that person might have put so much time into that. You know, I ain't gonna say it's their life's work, but they put some type of effort into it, you know. It's hard to give somebody feedback when it's not good.
So what do?
I usually tell them, you know,
You dance around it.
I kind of dance around it without actually telling them, you know, it's trash, but I'll kind of like, you know, this cool, but this ain't it yet, you know, kind of like type, you know, like keep working, you know, next time you go, hit me, send me something or whatever, you know, but this one ain't it right now, you know.
I don't
kind of without saying that, but
yeah, because I don't interact with
that's
when,
more
when
me.
when
I'm
they
always
submit the
on
music.
checking the emails and listening to shit or whatnot.
And I think every interview we had is like nothing has come up. We didn't discuss like track for track if it wasn't some shit that we was bumping.
Yeah.
That we liked, I should say.
So y'all pretty much purposely stay away from the shit that y'all.
No, it's just the people that we've been interviewing is, I ain't gonna say, well, the legends or
I mean,
the guys that's been solidified.
if you want to talk
so
about
speak.
that, then as far as, you know, interviews, ain't nobody gonna come up if you ain't got the track record, you ain't put the work in, you ain't got the music. Like, even if you knew, like a lot of new cats, I'm willing to give a chance, but you gotta show me something. You gotta prove to come sit right in front of me. We gotta have something to talk about.
Yeah, I don't
you know?
get to speak to him when they submit it, but I'll tell him like, why did you play that, or ask him, you know, because like it was a track. It's like, man, it sounds like this nigga made this shit for his girl to listen to. Like,
Yeah, I know which one you talking about too.
I don't even know if he was really that confident with that track.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah, sometimes if I know it's not the one, I still try to give him a chance, you know, to boost that confidence. But I do try to stay away from that more. You know, I've had a couple moments like that, but
to answer the question, I ain't had the opportunity to tell somebody something was
The
not
opportunity.
up to
I'm usually the one that had to do that. I just have to find different ways, like you said, to dance around it, man. I try not to. I don't want to kill nobody's dreams, man. So, but
And then with me being sober, they ain't gonna get that other version no way, you know. So
All right. So who are some of y'all favorite local artists, man? We're gonna keep it on the positive tip. Who are some of y'all favorite local artists that y'all think do have what it takes? Who could be next up? You know what I'm saying? The younger artists. We're not gonna go. We know the established names and stuff like that. Who are some of the up and coming artists who y'all think got what it takes to be next up local?
my guy is Del Gotti. That's one of my guys, man.
I think Max got it.
Max definitely got it. Max Van had it.
When his content start to mature,
Yeah.
you know, because Max always had that star quality, but he wasn't talking about
I
nothing.
mean, he always had the bars, but he didn't have some songs, but it just wasn't consistent overall, like how he is lately, you know, now that he done matured and went through life, you know.
His Hunger Games mixtape was nice. I
Yeah.
caught that one.
Yeah.
Man,
But
I always say, man, I've been saying this for the past 2 years, man. If you gave me $3 million and said, yo, you can start your own record label, pick 3 local artists who you can roll with. Low Benz,
Oh yeah,
Del
Low Benz
Gotti,
is nice,
and
man.
Tez Chasing. Like, in my opinion, them 3 niggas is
Oh, we talking outside of Pontiac?
just local period.
Oh, okay.
Local
All right, my
Pontiac,
bad.
local
Okay.
Detroit.
Okay.
Like, those are the 3 that artists, Tez, Gotti, and
Yeah, Tez nice.
Like, everything they put out is quality. Like, the only thing they missing is the push. Like I don't know if y'all interviewed Tez yet. Did y'all? Like, because I want to get Tez up here.
Yeah, Tez
Because,
nice.
man, it's certain people who got it, bro. Who got it.
Say that again.
I want to get Tez up here. Like, Tez got it, bro. I mean, and ever since I wasn't as big of a fan of Tez battle rap, right? He was okay.
Yeah, he was decent.
Music, I just, once again, he just forced you to listen because he was always dropping something new. And then he got this real laid back, it's like Devin the Dude mixed with Scarface, mixed with chili cheese fries on a napkin. Like, you just super Detroit with bars and it's fire. And the same thing with Gotti, man. Gotti ain't the most lyrical, but the moment you hear his voice, That shit is about to be classic.
Yeah, Gotti voice
got it.
with the way he work his sound. He got that swag with it.
Yeah,
you know.
Them my top. You give me the whole state of Michigan give me the whole Midwest as far as anybody I know. I'm taking them three. Like you give me a budget, put them with the right producer in the right studio, right video. I'm taking them three like all the way. I put the house on it. Like they got it. Like that's just my personal opinion from what I've heard.
Yeah.
And I've heard countless songs. The shit Ben's got with Bug. I don't know if you heard it.
I have.
Bro, I
Yes.
sat in the studio and heard so much shit. I'm like, bro,
Yeah.
this shit is crazy. Like when it's there. If you listen to Black, if you listen to fucking Russ, if you listen to fucking Bryson Tiller, like
That's what I was telling you about when you had asked me when you sent me a text and asking me that one day about somebody singing.
Somebody sing.
Yeah. I was like low bands.
Yeah, low fire, low super dope. Those is my personal three. But enough about me. Who is y'all? I know you said Max, Gotti. Who are some more of y'all favorite locals? Who y'all think really got what it takes?
Ari.
All right. I haven't heard a lot of Ari, and I'm cool with her, but I haven't heard a lot. She fire?
Ari fire.
I need to.
Ari fire.
And she got a presence.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah.
Like, just on the track. I ain't even talking about a visual yet. You know what I mean? Just on the track, her presence is ridiculous. It's like a Hitman first round or something.
I gotta check Ari out. I gotta check.
Yeah, Ari fire.
Yeah.
She's cool as hell, but I just haven't really.
We're trying to get her up here too.
Okay.
She just got over COVID too.
Yeah, she good. I talked to her this morning. She good. Yup.
You can reach out to Ari.
Yeah, Ari fire. Of course, the feature creature.
That's
Thanks.
one of the more
Yeah.
established.
You
We know
more
Biggs
new.
got it.
Okay,
We
we're
know-
talking.
I mean, more new.
more so new. And not to shade Big. I give Biggs flowers every chance I get.
Wait,
He's
Beaks
super
is the
funny.
feature creature?
He do a feature a week. Like
Yeah.
every week he on a feature, he on a video. And he got about
Shit.
10 of them boys.
Brock
on here.
working, man.
Brock is. Yeah.
Brock is working.
I'm a
Shout out
Brock.
to Brock, man. Black Kings.
Black
man.
Kings.
Yeah, Brock,
Yeah.
Brock,
He
Yeah.
putting in some work.
I'm proud of what he's doing too, because Brock could always rap, but he was never really like, he was doing the NBC thing, him and Mark Minor, and it was more so I think he let that group hinder his individual. So now to see him really, jumping out there.
We make the mistake of sitting back waiting on the homies to come.
J Nail got a nice project.
I heard it.
J Nail nice, man. Yeah, he got a EP. Dang, I can't think
we
of the name
played
off the
his
top of my
joints
head.
a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
Him and JC was up there.
Played the whole project that night.
Yeah.
Y'all up on any of the younger artists like that, like Bari, Jambino,
Jambino, nice.
6
I fuck with Jambino.
I don't be knowing nobody's name. I just know the tracks when I hear them.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because like I said, he be shuffling through all the music, and I just so.
What's some of the other names you said?
Jam, 6 James.
I'm not hip.
Oh man, I gotta put you up on him.
Okay.
James Fire. I think it's Bari Martin. His name is.
I've been noticing you be more in tune to the younger dudes, man.
I made it a point.
Hey, Wayne J. Cole too.
Yeah, I didn't want to say Wayne.
Yeah,
that's fair.
no, Wayne J.
Cole.
Wayne J. Cole. I
Wayne
fuck
Cole.
with Wayne.
Wayne, that's my dude.
Yeah.
I had to make myself, because I was the same way. Like I'm backpack hip hop. I still listen to Black on Both Sides at least 3-4 times a week. That's just me.
I like that with,
Black Star,
Black
one
Star.
of my favorite. Reflection Eternal. You know what I'm saying? One of my favorite albums. But I had to realize that hip hop is growth. That's what hip hop is in a nutshell. It's growth. And if you try to keep it stagnant, it's not hip hop.
Yeah.
Like it's not. It grows. Hip hop is fashion. Fashion changes. Hip hop is art. Art changes. Hip hop is dance. Dance changes. The music has to as well. So I kind of had to step out of my way a little bit. And the moment I did, and I got hip to Lil Baby, and I really sat
Lil
back
Baby
and was
fire,
like,
man.
what is
I
that?
never thought I would say it, but Lil Baby
Baby
fire.
is fire. Gunna is fire. Denzel Curry is fire to me.
I like Denzel Curry.
It's a lot
I really like him.
that I missed out
Little
on.
Baby on that J. Cole shit.
Man, Baby
Yeah.
on the Queen of Slim soundtrack, Catch the Sun,
Mhm.
is one of my top 5 favorite songs of the last 10 years. Like
Yeah,
Baby,
that's dope.
Baby fire. But I had to do that because I had to get out of my own way. I can't sit here and say I'm hip hop and then be anti-growth. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? I think that's what messes up the culture a lot. You know, you got the 80s. Not every generation is gonna say their generation is the best.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
But still, you know, you can be Jordan and still feel you Jordan, but go watch LeBron play.
But and a lot of times too, bro, I couldn't tell who was who on a lot of the newer stuff when I was trying to get my ears to it. I didn't know who was who. Like it is a lot of people that sound the same.
And that's the same thing our parents said to us. Cause when I would listen to Bone, they'd be like, "What?
Yeah.
Bone. Who is that? No, that's Busy Bone. No, that's Lazy because he rap like."
But back then, you wasn't really having so many artists trying to do that same lane. You know, like now it's like more artists are still trying to follow that same pattern.
You
to
knew
get
Bone
on.
from Twister.
It's 2 days lows right now.
That's what I'm saying.
About 4 days low.
You know what
right
I'm saying?
now.
Like when she got in that bag, everybody else got in that bag. You know what I'm saying?
Like if we being honest on the music tip, it's always been that way. Once Rakim got in that bag, Nas got in that bag.
Yeah.
Like once Pac got in that bag was followed. Jay-Z's bag. Like it's all, but it's just I think we have an affinity for what.
It's just
we
so
like.
much more music being made now.
Exactly, and easier to digest.
Yeah.
The radio and
Well,
BET
yeah,
controlled it for
it's
us.
easier to get to.
Yeah.
You know, because a lot of without the DSPs, a lot of that shit we wouldn't hear. It wouldn't make it up here yet. You know what I mean? So it's easier to get. The world became smaller.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. And once you start trending, you know,
Yeah.
that's your lane. Everybody gonna catch on or whatnot. And next thing you know, you hear.
Do you feel that's more of a positive or more of a negative? As far as it being more easily accessible to make music in this culture? Because on one hand, you can pretty much make a whole album on your phone. So nobody has an excuse not to put out music that wants to. Nobody has a reason not to be a part of the industry that doesn't want to. But then you get a lot more microwave music and a lot more rushed, and a lot of that quality and that aesthetic from going to the studio, from that mixing and mastering is missed. So do you think it being more easily accessible is more of a blessing or a curse?
I think overall it's more of a blessing.
Okay.
I say that, you know, coming from an artist standpoint, you know, it's easier for, you know, somebody to, you know, back then where we didn't have, you know, the money and the resources to actually make albums, they can pick up and make an album from their phone and send it from their phone or whatnot. And if it's dope, that shit, it's a win. You know what I mean? From an artist standpoint, I think it's dope. From somebody like me, what we do, I think it's dope. You know, we get a lot more music available to us to actually listen to. I think that's real dope. I think it's more positive overall.
Yeah, it's dope. Like you ain't gotta spend your re-up money on studio time and shit.
Yeah.
You know, studio time was 40, 50 an hour.
Yeah.
You know, like you said, you got these programs now. You got a studio in your pocket right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, it's the accessibility. I guess it gives us more variety also. We're not stuck with the same type of music all the time. Now at one point, what was that like last year, the year before last, when it was just so much music.
Yeah.
You know, and
Yeah.
it's
2019. It's like
Yeah.
everybody was just rushing, trying to kill the
and
algorithm.
you didn't have time to digest nothing.
Yeah.
Like, you know, just you listen to one thing, then it's on to the next.
Yeah.
You know, so that aspect of it, with it flooded, the market flooded like that, is probably a negative, you know. But overall, it's
Yeah, overall, with me being a music lover, I love it.
hell yeah, overabundance of music.
Mhm.
Like, I'm not gonna argue with that.
Yeah, and it seems like, so how do you guys individually enjoy your music? Because it seems like the trade-off with more things being easily accessible now, we have less time now. It's like we're always doing something. I remember old head moment, like I would live for 7 o'clock Friday, TGIF. You know, that whole lineup, and the family sitting down, popcorn, watching Family Matters, Step by Step. Tim the Two Man, Taylor, like all that, like the whole 4-show lineup. And I think, what was the 4 show? I don't remember.
Boy Meets World was in
Boy
there.
Meets World.
With Topanga.
That was the lineup. Shout out to Topanga.
Shout out to
He was finding them.
He is.
Yes, sir.
But like, it was like we had time for that. Like we would, it even seemed like back then more so the older cats would be out on the block. You go outside on your way to hoop. The older cats outside kicking it, sipping the 40, doing whatever. Younger cats outside hooping. Now it's like everybody's on the go.
Yeah.
And for me, I find it that I more so can enjoy music when I'm chilling. Like if I'm in the car on the way somewhere, can't really enjoy music because I'm thinking about, man, I gotta go to work, gotta get this, about to pick up the kids, running there. So where do you guys find time to enjoy? Like, because you critiquing local music, you running the radio, the music shop. You're always in business mode when it comes to music. How do you sit back and just enjoy music with everything being so busy as it is?
I enjoy a good portion of it at my day job on the line, building cars. That gets me through my 8 to 10 hours every day. That's where I get my playlist going, music that's people that send us for the show. That's where I'm doing a lot of work, honestly. I'm doing a lot of work then. And then, once I get off and get to, doing whatever I need to do throughout my day, shit, another hour or two at the crib, I'm doing the same thing, watching YouTube. I watch a lot of videos, new videos, old videos.
I still hop in the ride and get on the freeway. I pop a gummy or something. Give it about 30, 45 minutes. Queue up my shit.
Yeah, that's me in the morning on the way to the job too.
Hop in the ride. Yeah, I just ride, bro. So in the car, grocery store type shit, walking around Home Depot, got the headphones on,
in the grocery store. Yeah.
In my own world, on the grill. I grill all the time. You know what I'm saying? So
Sure.
I got shit, except for at work, and that's it.
And I have this very bad habit, and my girl knows it, and she does it just to piss me off, and I fucking hate it though. Like, I'm the type of person that if I'm listening to a song and you interrupt me, I gotta start the whole song over.
Yeah.
Like, I cannot, like, I hate it, and I'm the king of
that first listen, I'm the same way.
Bro, it could be the
I
third
start that
listen, like,
motherfucker over like every, I started over like 10 times if I had to.
Bro, like if I'm in the gym and I'm working out and this song get me through, then somebody want to come over and talk, like I gotta stop, then I gotta start it back over, and I gotta build that feel up. Like,
That's the bullshit with it on your phone too.
Yeah.
Cause when it ring,
Oh, nice.
Oh yeah.
stuff fucked up my whole vibe. You know what I mean?
Like my favorite songs are like build up songs. Like I like Jay. One of my favorite Jay songs is "You Must Love Me."
Yeah.
Okay.
And as he's building up, getting I shot my brother, I did this, I served up my mom. He just building up. And I'm just, you must, damn, you did what?
You getting there? It's
I gotta get back there again.
Yeah,
So it's hard. I find it hard for me to just sit back. And then being a rapper myself, if it's not that, I'm being overly critical because I rap.
Yeah.
So it's like now I'm listening. Like, how did you rhyme this with that? Like, that don't even make sense. You off beat. You not in the pocket. Like, it's hard to turn the critical.
You one of those. Yeah, you one of those.
You heard his EP shit.
It's hard to turn it off because it took forever for me to turn it on.
You need a dictionary to listen to this damn album anyway.
I just find it's like I really got to be, for me, music is really like my therapy. Like,
Yeah.
That's why I got the Bob Marley tag. When I used to get in trouble all the time, my mentor was like, yo, instead of fighting, throw on some, you want to listen to Tupac and go get hype? Throw on some Gregory Isaacs.
Yeah.
You want to listen to this to go get hype? Throw on some Bob Marley. And out of all the stuff he gave me, the Bob Marley is what stood out. Like, that music was just so calm and it's so cool. And it's like, bro, I was one time, this is a weird story, this last weird story I'm telling. Like, I was watching John Q. Right?
Okay.
And I went to YouTube to Google up a scene for John Q. Like, what was the scene about? And it was like the making of the scenes and stuff. And this nigga Denzel could just cry on cue.
Damn.
Like, literally, he would just kind of walk away,
Yeah.
walk away, kind of like mumble something to himself,
Yeah.
kind of move around, do his little thing in the corner, and then come back and he ready. And by the time to come, he like, you'll like him, you'll love him, and it's like the tear just kept coming on cue. I'm like, bro, so I started trying to see if I could do that.
Oh,
Like, can I? Like, and it's funny. Yes, I can do it. With music though, I gotta listen to certain songs and it like make me feel away.
You didn't start doing this when you started working Amtrak.
So you put
Tell me this is something you did. Oh Lord!
You could definitely share the tear.
It's never rap music though. It's weird ass music. Like I'm not gonna tell y'all what songs it is, but it's certain music that just make me like I start thinking about certain stuff. Like it's like now like being an old head. And I never really get it. 'Cause I don't cry at movies. But like when you watch a movie and like something happened to a kid, now that I got kids, I'm like, dog, if that was my daughter, like what the fuck would I do? Like, and I just be like, dang. Like now I feel it more.
Yeah.
And it's like it's certain things like that with music where I could just listen to a certain song and be in that zone and just be like 3, 2, 1. Bloop. like it's just crazy. But music has that much control over my life. Like everything I do, music makes it better. Gym, cooking, dealing with the kids.
Oh yeah,
like
I'm the same way. It's always got to be on somewhere.
I gotta be invested. Like the first 4 times I watched Endgame, I cried every time Tony died.
That was some serious shit, though.
You know, it didn't fail, but I've been invested in this shit for the last 12 years.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
That's real though. That shit is insane.
Oh, that's hilarious. Dealer cries.
I know, right? Get your black TV on.
I never would have thought that'd have been the one.
Yeah.
Like I never thought that'd be the one.
And one of the most things I like about music is like you can hear something older, and it'll take you back to what you were doing when this song was hot.
That's me all day long.
Oh, you hear something, you be like, oh, I lived here when this was popping.
I sit here and tell him stories for days like that. All I got to do is hear that one song, and I'm like, bro.
He said, nigga, we was on our way to Max season. I'm like,
have you ever had a song you loved and then something bad happened, so you don't love the song no more? It's like, oh, I can't listen to this because I ran into that pole when I was drunk off this or some shit like that.
I didn't listen to Supreme Clientele for years because I got arrested.
No, that wasn't the story that y'all. You had one recent. What you had on?
My car accident.
Yeah.
Was it Jim Jones or Cam?
Cam.
The program.
Either that or
it wasn't Purple Haze.
Nah, it was the Diplomat. When they did that reunion shit.
Yeah,
it was that.
That's the last thing I remember is whatever song was on and bumping my little cousin elbow off the console, and I woke up on a scene, you know, grabbing my chest and shit like Fred Sanford. Once I heard my cousin's voice, I'm like, okay, boom. Then I fell. You know, like, he's safe. All right, I can go through my shit now. But, yeah, I ain't listened to that shit since.
Yeah, and like that, what I just brought up with him, this is me, like, all day long. Like, if you tell me a story and it involves, like, a certain song or album, like, I remember that shit. Yeah. Like, my memory when it comes to music is crazy.
Yeah.
Takes you back.
Remember when the Blueprint dropped, I was skipping, I think it was me, Melvin Randolph, going to blow something and buy the fucking Blueprint. You know, we couldn't get back in because they had locked it down. So it brings you back to a moment in time.
You talking about moments, man. It was like that. Getting that album, Snoop album, Doggy Style. I remember when that shit, the release date changed like twice. And I went to the store like both times trying to cop that motherfucker. Like seriously, I was anticipating that shit that much. Yeah.
Like I remember, it's a reason why I have such a disdain for Eminem right now. Not a hate, I don't think he rap, but just a Well, I remember when Slim Shady EP dropped. We stayed in the projects, and I rode my bike from the projects to Summit Place Mall to go get it. Hid my bike behind that dumpster that's back there by the food court. Walked in, got the CD, had my Walkman in my pocket. And I remember, like, all I had heard before I bought the CD was My Name Is, the video version.
Yeah.
So I didn't know what he really said, right? And my favorite song to this day from Eminem of all time is Rock Bottom. And I remember, if you're not from Pontiac and you're riding your bike from Summit Place Mall in Waterford to the projects on the west side, you're going through Indian Village and Seminole Hills, and in 97, 98, 99, that was like where the doctors and lawyers lived.
Right.
So as you riding your bike through these areas, it's getting worse and worse as you're getting over by Wesson and Lake Street, closer to the projects. And as my environment is getting worse, I'm listening to this verse, and it's just like, I feel like I'm walking the tightrope without a circus net. I'm popping Percocet, I'm a nervous wreck. I deserve respect, but I work a sweat for this worthless check. I'm about to burst this tech for somebody to reverse this debt. And I'm just listening like, this nigga is going. And like, as he's getting more and more depressed, because the song Rock Bottom. And as he's getting more and more depressed, my visuals around me is getting more and more terrible as I'm getting closer to home. And it just like, that is stuck with me. And that album, like that ride home from the mall to the crib, I got from track 1 to track 14 before I got home. And it was like, dog, like I'm just riding around looking at my environment, listening to how he feel, and I'm like, dog, like I don't want to kill my mama or my girl, but I feel you on this shit. Like, this is crazy. Just don't give a fuck. Like, I'm seeing like, there's a crack vial, there's a needle, as he don't give. So yeah, like where you are when you hear it cements the music inside of you, how you feel. And it's like, no matter how much disdain I got for him now, I can never hate on the Slim Shady LP. Like, that was like the soundtrack to my ride home. Like, that was just the soundtrack to my
That just goes to show how it's so much subjective, to certain, depending on the person, what you done been through, your experiences or whatnot. You don't know how somebody gonna gravitate to what you put out. You might not feel what I do, but he going through what I'm going through, he gonna resonate with it more.
Well, that's why I said I had to quit calling shit trash. Cause that's the lowest of the low. You know what I mean? They said guys gonna put sweat equity into their shit.
And
you just call it trash.
So with that in mind, kind of getting back to the music shop a little bit, what is some advice you would give to some up and coming artists, who looking to build on their career, get their music out here a little bit more, get heard? Like, what advice would you guys, as people who curate playlists and curate sound and things like that, what would be advice that you would give?
Well, for me, is don't quit. Okay. Keep working, man. Keep working. Quality over quantity is some bullshit sometimes, because if you build up enough quantity, you can pick the quality out of there.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So my thing is to don't quit, because that's what happened to me. And from experience, I tell them don't quit. It's somebody, like you said, that's gonna feel your shit. It's somebody that can relate to whatever you dropping. Just keep working, man.
And like you were saying with the quality and the quantity, you put in the time, and if you are dope, it's gonna get better, and the quality is gonna get improved. So yeah, definitely don't quit. A big one that for me is investing in yourself. I see a lot of people that's real dope, but they not taking putting the money behind it. They going to there's too many resources for you to still be just making music in your bathroom or whatnot, at the crib or whatnot. It's not too much as far as, studio time now. And there's so many people that got studios, but I still hear it. People send me shit all the time, and they got the popping in the microphone and shit like that, and I can't, like, the shit might be dope, but I can't play it because you're not taking the time to actually, or taking the, putting the money behind what you believe in, that's huge.
The majority of presentation.
Presentation.
Is big,
right.
Think about like food or something. You see, it looks good, so it makes you want to order it. Yeah.
And that's another thing too. As far as presentation, if you're not sending me something and you on social media and you posting your shit, you can tag me in that shit all day long. It's got to be something that's gonna make me want to click that shit.
Yeah.
I get tagged in too much shit, you know, for me to actually take my time to push play and the shit. It ain't up to par, you know what I'm saying? So find different ways to get people's attention. You know,
Gotta stand out.
you gotta stand out. You know, you gotta have that presence. You gotta do something that somebody else ain't doing. I was like that with Dale Gotti for a minute. He'll tell you. It took him a minute to get my attention. But once he finally did, I was like, oh, dude, pretty dope. I see a lot of potential in him to where he's one of my favorite up and coming artists from Pontiac. But yeah, try to do something different and invest in yourself. Don't give up.
Yeah, because
So for those upcoming artists that want their music played on your platform, where can they send it to? How do they get in touch with you?
You can send it to the email address. It's themusicshop@yahoo.com. That's THAMUZIKSHOP@yahoo.com. Make sure it's in MP3 format. Everything that I play has to be in MP3 format. And please make sure that the tracks is properly labeled with the artist name and the track title. Don't send me your whole album. Don't send me your whole discography. Send me your best couple songs, and we'll go from there. If you flood me, if you send me music all day long, I'm not gonna take the time to really go through that shit. You gotta tell me what's. If we don't have that type of connection early on, you gotta tell me what's this the one. You know, this the one that I believe in, or this the two that I believe in. Just don't flood me, you know, because I'm not gonna keep opening that shit. I don't have that much time to listen to your whole discography.
I mean, you work, you got other music, you know, they have
Sometimes I'll open an email and it's 100 new messages, and I got to go through that shit, you know. If it's the same person 95 times, I'm not going to, you know.
I don't think nobody would, so it ain't just you being a jerk. It's just
I get it though, but this is me. I got to put it out there because the shit happens so much. You know, I go through the periods where certain artists, you know, I be like, hey, send me the shit here, and they sending me the shit all day long. You know what I'm saying? Nah, send me your first couple tracks, and then from there, I'm gonna be reaching back to you. What more do you got, or whatever? You know, we'll go from there. But let's establish that connection that way. But that's the best way. Email it to me. Don't send me YouTube links because I'm not going to rip the shit off YouTube. I don't have time to be doing all that shit. Send that shit in MP3 format.
Professionalism is key.
Please, yes.
And before we get out of here, Rick, I just got two more questions. One, what is the next step for the music shop? Like, are y'all guys going to branch into doing open mics, shows, or y'all just gonna keep it strictly music? Because like once you start to get a stranglehold more so on the local scene, people are gonna reach out to you more and more for validation, for critique, for the next step. Like people I noticed a lot of people who don't have a firm grasp on how the music business works.
Yeah.
They look, you know, I consider you guys kind of like tastemakers a little bit. And they use you guys as like ad hoc management.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, what's the next step? What should I do? How do I do this? And it's like, bro, I'm just trying to listen to your music and tell you if it's dope or not.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But yet people come to you for pretty much picking your brain as far as what the next steps are. So what is the growth process for the music shop? What does that look like in the next year, 2 years?
You seen the 92 Dream Team?
So that's what's up next. So we got a music shop album.
Just dropped last night
Right.
on the Music Shop YouTube channel. Make sure y'all push play on that shit.
Definitely check out 92 Dream.
Hey, shout out to you for coming through too,
No
man.
problem. Shout out to Rospit.
Yeah.
Shout out to Poopy Doo. Shout out to Ben Poe. Shout out to Pontiac Nut. Shout out to Gun.
Yes.
Shout out to Binks. And there was one more
One
person
Below.
on there. Who was it? One more person was on
You
there.
said One Below?
That One Below. That's what
I see.
Shout out to there was one more person. Oh, shout out to One, man. That's my dog, man.
Yeah.
But so, do we have a whole project to look forward to?
Hey, that can happen. It's been talked about.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
It's been talked about.
Still conversating about it. So it's definitely a possibility. So
As far as the actual radio station, expect more shows. You know, right now we got the Friday nights. Every Friday from 6 to 10 p.m. Eastern Time, we got the Ride Out Mix Show. And we do, different interviews, mainly hip-hop artists. We got first time Melanie Rutherford, first female and first R&B artist coming through on the 28th of this month. But we are looking into doing more shows, not just on Fridays. We'll keep the Fridays going, but I do want to bring a morning show. Podcasting is something that we want to get into. Outside of the radio station, me and him are starting to work on management as far as with artists. So be on the lookout for that. You seen what I did with the 92 Dream Team on the executive producing side. I definitely want to keep tapping into that lane. I got a couple of artists that I'm not going to say on the air, but that I want to do a whole project for.
Okay.
So, yeah, definitely within the next year, the growth is going to be crazy, especially with the new building and everything. Getting out the big tigger in the basement shit,
That's what's up. So give me your final, one artist from each of y'all who y'all want to have up to the music shop, who y'all haven't reached out to yet, but somebody that y'all want to get up there in the near future.
Locally or anybody period?
That you feel like you can get up there. Like who's somebody like, I feel I may be a step or two removed from this person, but we want to get them up there. Each one of y'all give me one. Who y'all want to see up there?
Royce.
That'd be a fire one. I know y'all had some dope questions for him.
Yeah.
That'd be dope.
That's definitely on the bucket list. That was on the bucket list with me actually starting the station.
Give me one from you, Sid.
I'm gonna name one as far as mainstream and one locally.
Okay.
Mainstream, my bucket list is DJ Quick.
Okay.
And I got some resources where I can make that happen eventually. It's gonna happen.
Okay.
Locally, let's see who haven't. Max is long overdue. We gotta have Max up there. Yup.
You go by Max Adams now, right? Just Max Adams.
Whatever it is, he changed. He got like 4 or 5 different Facebook names and
I think he
shit.
changed it from Max to Real.
It's Max.
I'm
Max
anticipating that project that him and Aaron Green is working on. I don't know if you're familiar with.
I heard the name, not too familiar though.
Yeah, he like Bubby Jr. or some shit, like for real, man, on the production tip.
That number one local interview though, is Coop the Real.
Oh yeah, that's a given when Coop come home. Yeah, that's a given. That's gonna be a 4-hour interview, man. And he gotta come. It's mandatory that he come holler at us first, man. So
Yeah, we definitely appreciate y'all for coming out, man.
that shout out to Plugcity, man.
Definitely.
Appreciate
You know
y'all.
the real question,
man.
man. See, you know what everybody want to know, man.
What's up?
Bro, just keep it 1,000% honest. Like 1,000%. Bro, are you a vampire? Cause you ain't aged in like 20 years. Like, bro, like, what's up, man? Vampire in Brooklyn, man.
I didn't know where he was going with this shit, man.
I thought he had some messy shit going on.
I thought it was about to be messy too, man.
We stay away from the mess, man.
Hey, all I can say is
What type of water you drink, man? What are you doing? What is the nourishment that you're doing, man? You look like you're about 21, man. What's going on?
Man, you gotta live life and enjoy life, man. Music helps.
Man, let me tell you, this nigga be down there with a shot of Ciroc,
That's me living life,
a
man.
blue moon, a bottle of water, and a water with like fruits and shit in it. Celery sticks.
what it is. The celery in the
Yeah.
water.
Liquor and celery.
No, it be fruits, all fruits mixed in the water.
And celery.
Liquor, celery, and fruit.
I ain't tapped in the
That is-
vegetables in the water. It's all fruits.
But
Though.
yeah, man, thank you, Music Shop, for coming
Appreciate
out.
you, bro.
And we appreciate having you.
Hey,
man.
I love your project, man.
Appreciate you.
Real
Thank you.
talk, man.
Appreciate it. Once again, let everybody know where they can find you, where they can follow you at, your socials. Where can people reach out to you? One more time.
Website number 1, every Friday, 6 to 10 p.m. Eastern Time, themusicshop.com. That's TheMuzikShop.com. Social media, Facebook, / The Music Shop, all together, THAMUZIKSHOP. Instagram, / THA_MUZIK_SHOP.
What's the Twitter?
Twitter is Music Shop all together. Yup.
Yeah.
THAMUZIKSHOP.
Facts. Thank y'all. Appreciate you. Can get y'all to do a drop real quick. Plugcity,
Yeah.
Hank Nation TV.
Here we go again.
Y'all be geniuses. So
what we doing?
just a drop real quick, like a regular
wanna
drop.
see?
You'll do.
Shout out to Plug City.
Hank
Subscribe to Hank Nation on YouTube.
Okay.
Whenever you're ready.
Shout out to Plug City. And major shout out to the homie Hank Nation. Check them out on YouTube.
Make sure you subscribe to the page.
Nation. Yeah.
Appreciate y'all, man.